Hi, everybody. My name is Doug Remington, and this video is all about how to kill all emotional pain immediately. Now, I know that sounds impossible, but it is actually true. The reason I know it's true is because I have been able to kill all emotional pain in my own life since about 1993. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to share the method with you. It's a traditional method. It's not anything new. It's a method which has existed actually for thousands of years. The 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita tells us exactly how to do it. But anyway, I read this over several times. It never really made any sense. And then one day I was in the library renting a movie when I was sitting at a table and somebody had left a copy of Cliff Notes, Aristotle's Ethics. And I had what is called an aha moment. Aha! This is what the 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is all about. And also the AA literature, if you take page 62, it says that all of our problems come from selfishness and self-centeredness. And once I'd read Aristotle's Ethics, I said, aha, now I know exactly what AA meant by that. And I know exactly what the 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is all about. And basically, Aristotle's Ethics says, or Aristotle says, that there are three states of consciousness. There is balanced energy, and there is too much energy, and there is too little energy. In the 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it calls these different categories of consciousness sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva is the middle category. Aristotle and sattva is happiness. As long as you're in this state of mind, you're happy. But not only are you happy, it is authentic happiness. You can have happiness in the other states of mind, but only if you get your own way. And so it's temporary happiness till you don't get your own way, so to speak. So what Aristotle said was that happiness, true happiness, lies in the middle of two opposite extremes. The Bhagavad Gita, calls this middle state sattva. And as a matter of fact, the Buddha also mentioned this philosophy in the 14th chapter. It's called Samkhya philosophy, which has really been defeated by practically everybody. But nevertheless, as it applies to the human mind, you can experiment in the laboratory of your own life, and you will see that it will kill all emotional pain immediately. So as far as selfishness is concerned, we have selfishness, which is rajas, and then we have unselfishness, which is sattva, and then we have self-centeredness or ignorance, which is tamas. And so you can be very happy in tamas. For example, when I was a kid, I used to look in the mirror. And anyway, I noticed that I was ugly. And so it depressed me. And I talked to my father. My father was a real sadist. He says, if looking in the mirror makes you depressed, then for crying out loud, stop looking in the mirror. But when you realize that a lot of kids who were good looking looked in the mirror and they said, wow, boy, wow, oh my goodness, you're so beautiful. and they were very happy looking in the mirror. And as a matter of fact, I remember one of my friends, every time I walked into the bathroom at break time, this guy was in front of the mirror combing his hair, and smiling. And just, but he was a very good-looking kid. So you can see how ignorance or self-centeredness can certainly make you happy, but you can also see that if you don't look good in the mirror, it's going to make you depressed. So rajas is anger. And anger can make you very happy as long as you get revenge. But if you don't get revenge, it's going to make you unhappy. You're going to be up all night trying to get revenge or think of some way to get revenge. And the guy that you hate is going to be home asleep without even realizing that you're angry with him. But in any case, once you study the different states of mind, and what I mean is you take an inventory. Another thing that AA tells you to do is to be mindful, to take an inventory, to see where your mind is from time to time. So during the day when I had a break at work, I would say, where has my mind been all morning? And lo and behold, it was either in sattva, rajas, or tamas. And so the idea is to imitate the mindset of sattva. And sattva is just pure, plain goodness. Sattva is love. Sattva is a good attitude. Sattva is a genuine state of humility. And that is, if you have a genuine state of humility and somebody insults you, it just rolls right off. And if you have a boss that doesn't treat everybody well and you have a genuine state of humility, it doesn't really bother you that this guy's a horse's ass. But if you don't have that genuine state of humility and your boss is a horse's ass and he tells you in the wrong way to do something, you'll be humiliated. And it'll either make you angry or depressed, either one. So anyway, there are 5 main categories, according to Aristotle, according to Shamkaya philosophy. There are 5 categories of emotional pain. And there are 5 antidotes for emotional pain. So you have greed, anger, fear, depression, and guilt, which cause problems. Greed, of course, is if you can't get what you want and you're frustrated in life about not getting enough money, not getting enough sleep, not getting enough sex, whatever it is. So there are these 5 antidotes. And all other emotional pain is either a synonym or something that means very, very close to it. Now, you take some emotions, for example, like jealousy. Jealousy is a very, very painful emotion. And you say, well, it doesn't fit into any of these categories. Well, yes, it does. Because if you're jealous, it can affect you 2 ways. One kind of jealousy will make you depressed. Another kind of jealousy will make you will make you angry. And so the idea is that there is an antidote for depression, so it will kill it if it's connected with jealousy. And if it, either anger or depression, it doesn't make any difference. You have an antidote for both. So it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me, because once I understood these antidotes, I was able to control my mind. Now, controlling the mind sounds like a horrible thing. Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, what he says is, controlling the mind is like trying to control the wind. if anybody told me to control my mind, and a lot of people did, I said, screw you. Because I knew it's not possible really to control the mind. But if you have an antidote, if you can change the mind in a particular way, and basically Freud talked about this same thing, and but he wrote very little about it. He called the process sublimation. So you would think that sublimation comes from sublimate, but no. Sublimation comes from the word sublime. So the idea is, and what does sublime mean? Sublime means elevating the mind, especially in terms of dignity, honor, and peace of mind. As long as you're in sattva, authentic happiness, you will have dignity, honor, and peace of mind. And so, that's Freud. But Freud didn't write a great deal about it. So before this video, I don't think very many people understand Aristotle's ethics. And one of the reasons, of course, is he didn't put it in a realm of psychology. He put it in a realm of politics. And I'll go into that in a later video. But it is political. This whole idea is political. One thing being that if every member of every state or country acted within the framework of keeping the mind in sattva, what the Buddha said was that use the intellect to keep the mind in sattva. So he coined this term, bodhisattva. But since the Shamkayas have been defeated by everybody in argument, first off, they existed at a time when sacrifices were a thing that everybody did them. Like the Old Testament of the Bible is full of sacrifices. Then, of course, somebody like Jesus came along and, he ended the temple sacrifices. So the Shamkayas in the Shamkaya philosophy was that, if you want to do a good sacrifice, you take and kill 100 horses. So 100 horses is certainly not in the mode of goodness, especially if you're going to kill them. So the Buddhists immediately would reject any Shamkaya philosophy. But anyway, Buddha had pundits who taught Shamkaya philosophy, and a contemporary, people who wrote stories of the Buddha's life while he was still alive, even named these particular Shamkaya pundits who taught Shamkaya philosophy. So basically, the 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita says, basically, use the intellect to keep your mind in sattva. And of course, the reward is that you can be happy. And it's authentic happiness, happiness that doesn't change. It's, basically just dignity, honor, and peace of mind. You can be very, very happy with it. I've been able to control my mind. I've been able to experience this authentic happiness since 1993. And basically, I would like to share this with you. So in the next video, we're going to talk all about how to kill specific emotions, like how to kill anger, but kill it immediately. How to kill fear, but kill it immediately. How to cure depression, kill depression. How to cure guilt immediately. How to get back into sattva, which is a state of mind of authentic happiness, dignity, honor, and peace of mind. So if you want to hit the bell, and subscribe, and then hit the little all button, that way you can get an email notifying you of when the next video is coming. In any case, have a really good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.